Hey everybody, welcome to my studio. I get asked all the time, what kind of guitars do I use? How many guitars do I have? People ask me how much they cost. I don't get into that. But I figured I'll bring you in to the studio here and show you my guitar collection. Okay, we got 4 Martins, 1 Gibson, 1 Fender, and 1 Yamaha. This Yamaha is a nylon string guitar. The strings are made out of nylon as opposed to the steel acoustic. And it's a completely different sound, and I use it on a lot of recordings. I primarily have this one open in my studio at all times when I'm writing music, when I'm writing sheet music, coming up with ideas and stuff. It's just a quick guitar to grab and very unique sound. But let me introduce you to this Martin, which doesn't really have a name to it. There's nothing written inside. I even brought it to a shop to find out what it is, and they said it's a custom. I didn't buy it as a custom because I can't afford a custom. But this guitar, my friends, was my guitar for many, many, many years. Many years of playing. I've had the frets changed like a bunch of times on this because I play pretty aggressively. You pay the price because, if you look at the guitar, but this is all beautiful. Look at all these scratches over here. I love it. A clean guitar is kind of ugly to me, unless it's for a good reason, as you'll see in a second. But yeah, this was my first Martin that I bought. This guitar, my friends, does not leave the office. This is the Martin HD28. I record with it. It's the most beautiful sound, most beautiful looking guitar I have. And like I said, it's so clean. But it's clean because I don't play it on gigs. I don't smash it around. This guitar stays in its case and it comes out when I need to. So I think you'll find this familiar. This Martin is the X series. It's missing a string. I don't use it that much, but I was recording the Pure Simcha album, and I was actually in a mixing session in the city, and there were a couple of spaces that I had to fill up with acoustic guitar, and I didn't have my guitar with me, and the studio engineer, he had a guitar in his studio that he lets the artists come and play if they need it. And this is the guitar that they had. What does a person who likes guitars do after he sees one that he likes? He buys it. So I ordered one, I think, the next day. I've recorded with this. It has a really pretty sound. I'm not going to play it right now because the strings are probably from 6 years ago. And you don't want to hear a guitar with 6-year-old strings. I tell people this is Zecher L'Chorban whenever they ask me. But it's really Zecher to my lack of responsibility. And this is the I want to be someone who I'm not guitar. What would my studio look like without an electric guitar, right? This is a Fender Strat. I've never played this guitar before on stage, and I don't think I've ever recorded with it. So why do I have it? Because how cool is it to have an electric guitar? It's pretty cool. Let me plug it in and I'll show you what it sounds like. I don't really know what I'm doing, but sometimes it's fun. This, my friends, is called the Little Martin. I think that's actually what it's called. I saw this guitar and I thought it was a toy guitar. And the people in the store told me, no, this is actually a real guitar. It's just, it's shaped differently. And as you can see, I have played the living daylights out of this guitar. You see, there's no pick guard over here. The other guitars have a pick guard on them. Like right here, you have this, what looks like a really big piece of plastic just to guard the wood from being destroyed like it's destroyed over here. But that's the beauty of it. I used to play this at gigs and at weddings until someone came up to me and said to me, it literally looks like you're playing a toy guitar. So I stopped using it for events, but this one is in my house and the kids play with it, as you see. Yeah, completely out of tune. That means that my little baby comes over and says, oh, toys, 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 toys. No, it's not toys. Let me tune it up and I can show you how it sounds. Not perfect, but good enough. Great travel guitar because it's tiny, but I don't really use it on gigs too much. The last guitar I would like to share with you is the J-45 Gibson guitar. As you see, it has a strap on it, and that should indicate to you that this is the guitar that I use. This is the one that I use day in and day out. All the gigs, all the concerts. I came into the store, Rudy's Music in the city. It's like a candy shop for guitars over there. It's a beautiful store. And I said I wanted to buy another Martin, because that's what I do. I go in and I buy Martins. And they said, one second, let me show you this one. And I picked it up, and it mamish sounded like, I fell in love with it. At first, I didn't love the way it looked, but then it kind of grew on me. And fun fact, the J-45 is a very popular guitar, and there's a lot of artists in the secular world that use J-45. There's a Wikipedia page that's dedicated to the artists who play a J-45. A bunch of famous names, half of them I've heard of, half of them I've never heard of, but it's one of those, famous things. Now, Wikipedia can be edited by anybody, right? So one of my friends went on Wikipedia, and in between all these big fancy names of, musicians, he put in Eitan Katz in there. So if you search that page, you'll find my name as one of the grand artists who play the J-45. For me, the guitar that I need for my live performances doesn't just have to be a guitar that sounds good acoustically, and I've recorded a ton. Most of the stuff that you hear on my recordings are this guitar and this guitar right here, and the Martin D28. This guitar has a wonderful pickup. What's a pickup? A pickup is the little microphone that you don't see that's inside of the guitar and that you plug in right over here, and that it has to have a good microphone to be able to be played in the speakers, at the concerts. So you can have the greatest sounding guitar, but if you don't have the right equipment inside to really project it properly, it's a waste. Thank you everybody for joining me while I show you the debt that I'm in. The guitars that I have, the Martin, Yamaha, the Fender, the Gibson. And this is all to serve Hashem. At the end of the day, what are we doing? We're just trying to serve Hashem with what we have. And Hashem gave us beautiful wood, beautiful steel, beautiful artists that create these beautiful guitars. And Mirz Hashem, we should be zeicha to inspire people using the guitars with beautiful nigunim. And Mirz Hashem, Halu Hashem b'nevel v'chinor. And with a Martin too, why not?